Hello again. Time now to take a look at the stories making the capital's news headlines this lunchtime. And we start with a warning to Londoners.
Today, have you tried to help panic-stricken passengers involved in the bus crash which left one woman dead and 18 injured? It happened this morning on Tower Bridge.
Hello again. Now the main stories in London. Health bosses have said sorry to almost 600 patients over so-called sharp practices.
Well, if you are one of those affected patients, we'd love to hear from you. You can contact us. The details are on the screen.
Supporters of the computer hacker Gary McKinnon are protesting outside the Home Office in a last-ditch attempt to block his extradition to America.
So everybody stands to gain. The council, the ratepayers and, of course, the environment. Well, not quite everybody, actually.
We're still waiting to see if the sprinter Dwayne Chambers can compete at the summer's Olympic Games in Beijing. The London athlete is currently in the High Court. Outside the court for us now. Robin, have you heard any more yet?
No news yet. Dwayne Chambers has been waiting a long time to get the go-ahead to compete in next month's Olympics. But as you say, at the moment, he still doesn't know.
The idea here is to give some support to those up-and-coming, promising young athletes. They're training away at the background at the moment.
A 17-year-old is fighting for life after being shot in the head in Camden. The attack comes less than 48 hours after another 17-year-old...
There's a second day of questioning ahead for a man arrested on suspicion of murdering a mother of 4 who vanished 9 years ago.
Knife violence has struck again after 3 teenagers were stabbed in a tower block in Erith in Kent. One of them is dead, the other 2 were taken. Well, as you can see, yet another murder investigation has been launched here in London.
Well, Kit Malthouse is the Deputy Mayor for Policing. He has emerged from those crisis talks at Scotland Yard to talk to us. Kit, thanks very much indeed for coming out. Now, Marcus, as you say, this has all been in response to a very bloody couple of days in London. What can you tell us? There is an update, I understand, on the...
Well, Alistair, stop and search, as you know, was enormously controversial and was phased out, really, as a result to a very
Baby P, and we're going to bring you more on that story as and when we get it, but that's literally what's just dropped there on the news wires. There at Old Trafford.
Yes, certainly is. Can they be the first London team to win this European Cup? Sooner or later, that duck will have
ultimate in timeshare, a box in one of the world's most famous entertainment venues. And the good news is you get it for 8.
That money will be split between 2 spinal charities and Oliver's own new developments following the blast in Harrow that demolished several homes.
It's thought they were killed when someone tried to rob them. In a moment, we'll have the latest from Kenya on the police investigation. But first, Sharon Thomas has been speaking.
A group of lawyers swapped their pinstripe suits for gardening clothes today as they worked at a garden at a North London school.
Blood drives like this one are absolutely crucial. She currently only has a 1 in 100,000 chance of finding a donor, whereas if she was white...
Well, if the bookies are to be believed, then our Stacey is odds-on to go out to the competition tonight. But don't tell that to the good folk at Dagenham. They still believe their girl has the X factor to go.
The first question has to be that, clearly, Martin, we are all worried. How do we begin?
Well, before you start looking at what you're going to do, you've got to look where your money goes. And the first thing to do, sounds boring, sounds old, is do a budget. But I don't need
the images in this exhibition spanning around 90 years. Each picture gives us a snapshot of London at a certain time.
They then got a tour of the Queen's official cars. The palace has launched an investigation and suspended the chauffeur involved.
Piers Hopkirk, London Tonight. Buckingham Palace.
Altogether, 193 companies were forced out of the Olympic Park to make way for the Games. This is just one of them.
Well, for more Flutard pictures, you can go to itvlocal.com, where there's lots more of today's action.
Now, not the best of days for London's clubs in the Premier League. West Ham find themselves in the relegation places this evening after a 1-0 defeat away to Burnley.
Plus, more films up for a new award and how you can vote for them.
And the latest weather forecast coming up too. Plus, we have pictures of some...
Nice start. They look absolutely gorgeous, those monkeys, but apparently Robin was telling me they've got these very, very sharp sort of needle-like fangs here, and in fact, so the weather will be a bit unsettled for the next couple of days, but certainly brighter by midweek. In the meantime, though, this evening showers are moving off the scene quite rapidly, and there are...
Hello there. It's a fine day across London and the southeast, bright and sunny. The sunshine will turn a little bit hazy from time to time.
Sunny spells will come and go today, along with 1 or 2 showers, but on the whole, it should be fairly bright. It'll feel cool in the breeze.
That's the delights of live telly, because as you probably guessed, that was
something we tried to record
from the London
earlier.
team for now. We'll be back tomorrow just before 6:30. Until then, have a very good evening. Goodbye.